is going to be part of it, and it's going to have to start much, much earlier in our education system, in my experience.
Abby, I think that's a hugely important point. You know, we see at Cooper some of the brightest students coming into our program, and particularly in architecture where I teach. And you'll find students that have actually never spent any time outside, significant time outside. So the ideas about the cycles of nature, the cycles of the seasons, watersheds, you know, students, I can ask many third-year students in architecture where our water comes from, and they'll, you know, the faucet, you know. So there is a fundamental detachment that makes environmental education very difficult. And I think that the earth sciences are not emphasized in the high school programs so much. There's a lot of emphasis on technology.
They're not emphasized in the design programs.
They're not emphasized in the design programs. We've had that conversation in the School of Architecture often, that we don't really have an ecologically literate student body, and it's a huge obstacle to changing the way we do business.
Can I actually pick up
Sure.
on another thing that you said? I have found that those kinds of mobile. I have found that mobilizing volunteers, field work as you would call it, or environmental restoration, is a huge market for it. There's a very good program in New York called Wild Metro, which I've helped its director set up, that is basically just citizen science, citizen restoration, student restoration, these things. David and I have often talked about the idea that we would like to create mini wildernesses in pocket parks so that within 10 minutes of any school, there would be a source of outdoor experience. But you're absolutely right. I kind of think of the way I grew up, and I don't want to date myself. That's too much. But you're right. I mean, they don't get, it's sad. I mean, nature is just so fabulous.